didn't make anybody less than or incapable of following that path. We're all capable of it. We just have to choose to follow that path. Does that make sense? I don't know if that adds anything or not, but I just really feel like some people might say, boy, this is maybe more realistic than I assume, instead of kind of the magical we think about. It's like, no, there's just a pattern, and that's what has to be followed. But that's the beauty of what we're talking about.
Well, this is why prophets have put a veil over the plainness of the Melchizedek priesthood and the true order of the priesthood. Because when you present truth, when it is plainly manifest, your broader audience will not be enticed by it because it is so plain. So what the prophets have done, whether that's Moses or Isaiah, our prophets do it today too, quite a bit. They put a veil over the plain doctrine, and they present religion. They present the visionary, beautiful, mystical, maybe a little superstitious view of the gospel. Because this is what happened to Moses. He tried to give the priesthood, the Melchizedek priesthood order to the children of Israel, and it wasn't appealing to them. What was appealing to them was this mystical, supernatural, all-powerful God that if they worshipped this idol, that blessings would just pour down upon them out of nowhere. That was a great story, okay? And there's a lot of hope in that, okay? And so what Moses learned is, I need to take a step back. I need to put a veil over some of this plain and precious doctrine, and I need to present it in a way that will be enticing while also preserving the true doctrine and principles of it. And that's what we see happen through the Old Testament, is you have Melchizedek priesthood veiled into these Aaronic priesthood temple ordinances that still preserve all the plain and precious truths, but now they're preserved in this way where I can do this and that, and through works gain favor of God. And that's enticing and that's appealing. That gives people hope that I can do something and it will produce a result. Okay. That there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that is a way of preparing people, and the line upon line approach that has to happen for people to accept Christ and to enter into the priesthood order. But in reality, what's going on here is that there's a priesthood order that we can go through, and it provides a process and certain ideas and knowledge where when we apply them, it fundamentally and radically transforms us as individuals into and towards the image of God. So I think I was reinforcing what you were saying by all that.
Yeah, and to take it even just a step further and kind of close the loop on that, you see the model that you were describing with Moses and the children of Israel. You see that today, because what does the Lord offer through the restored gospel of Jesus Christ? Enter into these covenants. That's it. Make these covenants. Walk the path of discipleship under the covenant order, under my holy priesthood, and you will enter my presence. It's simple. It's not
it's plain and precious.
Might say. It's not sexy. Like, there's no magic
I
to
think
it,
it's sexy.
you know? Well, eye of the beholder, I suppose.
Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.